Hi, it's Patrice. It's been forever, right? I said I was going to come back and do videos. Let me adjust this camera. I said I was going to come back and do some more videos when I was on vacation. That was, sheesh, that was February. February, March. And we came back in April. Yeah, we left February, came back in April. But anyway, I got the locks that I said I was going to do. These are starter locks. It's not locked fully, nowhere near, but I got some like budding happening in here. So, and it's funny, my middle daughter and I just took a walk, and she wanted to go to the post office and this dollar store, so we walked. And for the first time, I had a person say to me, like, keep your locks and all. And I was like, oh, she know I got locks. Because, people don't really know, like, you don't really see a lot of people that have starter locks. You see or starter locks at this point, I guess. You see, like, gel twists when it's, like, really, 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 really short. Or you see somebody with, really long locks, but not like this in-between kind of thing. And I swear I have to be the only person I know who likes shrinkage. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm so okay with, like, the shrinkage. And, I don't know. I like what my hair does. I really love it. And it's funny because, my oldest is fussing, and not like in a bad way, but she was like, Mommy, I've been trying to get you to do your hair all this time. Now you get locks and you all in. And I'm like, yeah, it's weird. Like, I never really was one to care about hair so much. I just feel like, I used to cut. I would let it get to a certain length and then I would cut it, and I never really cared that much, because it's just like, it's just hair, I don't know. But now it's different. It's funny. I don't even know how to explain it or why it's different exactly, but it is very different experience having locks. And Actually, I don't even regret that, but I was going to say my only regret is not doing it sooner. But I don't regret that either, because my journey is what it should have been, up until this point. So I'm happy. I'm really happy. So I'm still running. I got on my shirt. It says, I am a mom, I run. And it has all this stuff on it. It's a pretty banging shirt. I had to get it. So, my oldest and I are running still, and we've done all these races. We did a runcation. That's running. We did a race while on vacation, and that was banging. Okay, we both got PRs. We like beat our own personal records. It was just it was an amazing trip. And the trip we went to Maryland. Goodness, where did we go? We went to Maryland, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. And we stayed, and I can't even tell you how long we stayed, where we stayed, but we left in February, came back in April. And saw a lot of friends and family, and it was great. It was absolutely wonderful, and I'm so grateful that we were able to do that. And I'm kind of like on the fence because I want to do it again next year. But not sure that's going to work out, because my oldest and I, we want to do, like, can you see my peas back there? Like right there. We got a little garden growing. I got in front of me over here. You can't see. I'm not turning the camera. I got squash and tomatoes. 1, 2, 3, 4 tomato plants and 2 pepper plants growing. And then over here, a lot of stuff. Like there's beets, lettuce, carrots, Swiss chard, Brussels sprouts, collard greens, and peas. And then I got calendula, peppermint, petunias. I don't remember. It's something else back there. It's a bunch of stuff. And this was us like, oh, we just gonna do a little bit. We ain't gonna do much because we don't really know what we doing. We just gonna do a little bit. We don't know how to do a little bit. So anyway, but stuff is growing. I'm so excited because there was a tree. I wish you could see where I'm pointing. There was my neighbor next door had trees in their yard that came over into our yard, and you know, I'm a faith girl, right? And so I remember I've been wanting a garden for years, but I didn't, know what I was doing at all. And so it turned out that the tree was blocking, the sun. And so I remember coming out here and I said to this tree, and I said, listen, I said, your days are numbered. You getting out of here because you blocking my sun. I want to grow some food back here. I'm hungry. So I was like, you leaving. And the next day, I promise, I came out here the next day. Part of that tree was in the yard on the ground. It had fallen. And so I went over to my neighbors and told them about it. And that weekend, that same Saturday, they I had gone to this community garden that we volunteer with, and we came back, and the tree cutting people was out here. They finished like cutting the trees down the rest of the way. We have no trees hanging over in our yard now, but I used this little stupid tool to test to see how much sun we get, and it says partial sun. It still said we didn't get full sun. So I'm like, and I really wanted to grow like tomatoes and just all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, man. So we would just do like peas, and we grew peas successfully. But we did everything in pots because we were expecting to move, and we still are now. But this year we decided to go ahead and do an in-ground garden, and it is going so beautifully. And what really prompted me to go ahead and go for the in-ground is this documentary called Back to Eden. It's called www.backtooedenfilm.com. Oh my God, it's so good. So the guy in the video, Paul, was talking to God, and God basically told him how to garden his way. He taught him, and the method is it's absolutely wonderful and makes things so easy, because God is easy. We like to make things so daggone difficult. It's absolutely just ridiculous. So we're doing Back to Eden gardening, and we're having a really good time with that. And we got I'm so excited, y'all. I'm just excited and impressed, okay? And because I'm looking like I'm seeing all these tomatoes coming up, and it's just like, I thought I couldn't grow tomatoes back here. And like everything about this, okay, so as I think about it, I'm like, everything about this has been so like easy and smooth, just like Paul talks about in the documentary, actually. And I hadn't considered that because like you use wood chips, and we got all our wood chips for free. You use newspaper. We got all our newspaper for free. We went to the CVS, and the manager was like, just come at the end of the day, come around this time, and I'll give you whatever newspapers didn't sell. And just like that, we had all the newspaper we needed, and then went and picked up the mulch. That was free too. And if we needed more, there's people that will deliver it for free. And then the tomato plants, I still didn't think we could even grow tomato plants, but my neighbor actually bought me 7 tomato plants, and it's growing. It's growing beautifully, so I'm excited. I'm trying to like update you on like just stuff that's going on. There's a lot of stuff that I have like on my mind. One thing I wanted to tell you about. So my 2 daughters and I often talk about like feminism and just all kinds of stuff, and I love talking to them because I don't know, they teach me so much. And my middle girl and I were both saying how we're reluctant to refer to ourselves as feminists, because I'm like, man, I know a lot of feminists. No, I'm not one of them. But my oldest is like, yes, you are, mommy. She was like, actually, you are. You do hold to a lot of the beliefs. She said what it is that what's turning you off is that you're talking about people that are on this end of the spectrum where you aren't. And she said, just like we're Christians, we proudly say we're Christians, but there's a spectrum. You have your people on this side, your people on that side, your people in the middle, and anywhere in between. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. But because there's like certain things, like I'm not trying to be like a man. I'm a woman. I like being a woman. I don't need to and I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm a stay-at-home homeschool mom, in fact. And I'm home because I want to be home. I thank God my husband is willing to work like he does so that I can stay home and do whatever I want or need to do, So, and I'm not in any kind of bondage about it. I'm free, if anything, I mean, who goes on vacation in February and comes back in April? Who does that? And with all the kids, so I'm like, yeah, you feminists, you're bugging. So, I just, I don't know. There's certain things though that I'm like, yeah. So, one thing that really irks me is the idea of a little boy being just growing up inept, with regards to girls too, but I'm talking about boys specifically right now. Okay, so what I'll just say is that for my kids, I don't really like saying kids. I prefer children because they're not goats. But anyway, for my children, once they're definitely by the time they're 5, they're in the kitchen. They're cooking. You cook what what you like to eat, and because I'm not gonna be doing everything for you, and that's just stupid. I want to teach you how to be independent, and and all. And I love cooking and baking, and I make just about everything from scratch. And so I enjoy teaching them, even though in the beginning it's a lot of work, because they don't know how to use the tools. They take long, or they make the whole process take longer, but the dividends, oh my God, it just pays off. It's ridiculous the way it pays off, because yesterday I didn't cook a thing, but I had lemon pepper salmon and garlic mashed potatoes, and I ain't talking about no box flakes mashed potatoes. It's real mashed potatoes, but anyway, I love that my children know how to cook from scratch, and we cook all kinds of stuff that one doesn't necessarily think to cook and make. My 4-year-old son, he loves peanut butter, and so I had him help me make the peanut butter the other day, and he had a good time. So what happened though with him, I'm we're training that little one, because I'm dude. So what he did, I'm on the couch chilling, and he comes down and he's like, "Mommy, I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich." It's funny because I introduced him to peanut butter and jelly last year, and he's been wanting one practically every day since. And so again, we make our own peanut butter, so it is really good too, and it's so easy. It's 4 ingredients. But anyway, so he comes downstairs and he's like, "Mommy, I want peanut butter and jelly." And I was like, okay. And I'm about to get up off the couch to go and we're gonna do this together. This little dude, he goes on about his business, goes on back up to his room so that he could just watch his videos, play his game, whatever he was doing. And I was like, oh, okay. And I sat myself right back. And then not too long, he comes back downstairs and he's like, "Mommy." And I was like, "Yes, son." He's like, I want some peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I was like, okay, come on, let's go make it. And he runs right back upstairs. And I was like, again, So then he comes back downstairs again. This little boy, he goes over to the dining room table, climbs up on the chair, looks around on the table, and I'm just watching him. And he's just like, Mommy. And I was like, you want your peanut butter and jelly sandwich? And he was like, yes. And I was like, well, don't you think you should stay and see to that, honey? You know, because we're all in this together. You know, so I took him to the kitchen, and thank the Lord that he speaks to me, because it is a thing. Like when you start out with teaching the kids how to, you know, use a knife and spread and things, they like boring holes into the bread and all. I'm like, Jesus, name above all names. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have him help me make this sandwich. And so the Lord said, give him a spoon. And I was like, oh, good. So I gave him a spoon, and I said, all right, Jesse, you're gonna do the jelly. And so we got out the ingredients together. I gave him a piece of bread, and I was like, you put the jelly on this one, use this spoon it out, and then use the back of the spoon and spread it. It was so easy for him, and it was so much better than him using a knife. I was like, thank you, Lord. And so he did that, and I put the peanut butter on the other one, and then we put it together, and he was cheesing. He was just so happy and like felt so accomplished. I was like, see, like, you know, and I told him, I said, next time, don't just run away. You know, let's do this together. I'm not your maid, honey. I love you, but we not doing this. That's not, you know. And my oldest and I were talking about, there was two different times, two different nephews were over here. One of them, it was with me. He was like, Auntie, can I have a sandwich? And I'm like, yeah, you can have a sandwich. I'm expecting him to get up and make his sandwich, you know, and he just sat there. And after a while, I looked at him. I said, honey, didn't you say you wanted a sandwich? He was like, yeah, you not gonna make it? I was like, no, sweetie, no. I was like, do you know how to put 2 pieces of bread and some meat and all that together? I'll help you, but come on if you want it, you know. And then another nephew, it was Jayla. She had made some kind of like grilled cheese, and he was like, oh, Jayla, can you make me one? I mean, no, he was like, can I have one? She was like, of course. And so she moved aside so he could do his own stuff. He's like, no, I don't want you to do it for me. I'll mess around and burn down the whole place. She said, well, it's time you learn, because there's nothing wrong with you that you can't learn how to do this for yourself. What? You know? So I'm like, yeah, this dynamic with the boys, I can't. I'm like, no, it's not going to work. So yeah, that's my rant for now. But I'm going to stop this video now. I'm going to aim to do more, because I have a lot to talk about, of course. But I hope you're having a really good summer. And if you want to hear more from me, you know, subscribe, hit that little bell so that you get notifications of my videos as I publish them. And if you like it, you know. If you don't, just keep it moving. You ain't gotta act nasty. That is not, it's not nice, and it ain't called for, okay? So yeah, I guess that's it for now. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.